What's up, Planeswalkers? Thyrix back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. And today we begin our rotation anew with some more sweet mono-black zombies. That was weird. Arena's being weird. So I just recently saw what the other rank diamonds look like. Rank gems, whatever they're called. It looks sweet. The Black Lotus one for what is essentially Legend, we're going with Agito here, is freaking awesome looking. That said, we're probably going to be in gold forever. Also, why do they call it Platinum? Why not just call it Mythic? Or Ruby? Something? I don't know. It's not Platinum. It's freaking Mythic Orange or Mythic Red or whatever the hell it's called. That's a good hand. And who would have thought it's aggro? Yep, sure, yep. We can at least play a Festering Mummy to potentially stymie my opponent's aggressive start. But this is going to be a terrible hand against Goblin Chainwhirler. I don't need to necessarily block just yet. Am I being too greedy? Am I saying I want more value? Maybe. So that was interesting. So here I think I will Camel. And once again, not block. Or not attack, sorry. Because I want to make sure that I have blockers. When, you know what, I should have looked this up beforehand. What I need to know, when exactly M19 comes out. Shocks my face, that's interesting. Shock my face again? Double shocks my face. Very, very interesting. Opponent being very aggressive here. They do have a third land. No, no Chainwhirler just yet. Decides to attack. My opponent is now on parity in terms of his Bomat Courier decision. Go ahead and block. Shocking that, sure. Oh, I didn't play Ifnir Deadlands. No. That's actually incredibly frustrating. I thought I played Deadlands. Oh well. So here I'm going to attack and then Plague Belcher on my Festering Mummy. There we go. Okay. I'll go ahead and Plague Belcher. Yeah, that was a frustrating misplay on my part, but hopefully it won't end up mattering too much. Especially since my opponent is probably going to activate Courier here. I targeted that, man. Arena is being slow. Yep. Got rid of a Chandra. And the land to play the Chandra, that's interesting. But I do have a nice big boy, and I can Doomfall next turn, which is fantastic. So if my opponent does end up playing something like Hazoret, and only Hazoret, I will be able to get rid of it. Decline, thank you. So it looks like M19 is releasing the 13th? I think that's correct. play a Hazoret, I dare you. I triple dog dare you. Cool, cool. What this means is I can go ahead and play this tapped and Doomfall you. It's potentially insane because, you know, then I don't have an answer for Hazoret. But, fuck my opponent. They're playing mono red. I don't know, that was a little aggressive for my videos. Looks like my opponent's gonna double burn my Plague Belcher. Nope, decides to go face instead. We'll see if that works out for my opponent. Well, I'm obviously getting rid of the Flame of Keld. And I know that they have burn. I'm going to hit you. I essentially have to race my opponent, I think. And hope that my opponent doesn't top deck anything good. So let's see, let's count the end of this week as over. We have essentially 14 days. Well, if I'm going by days. We have 2 weeks. We have a little over 2 weeks until M19 releases. I don't know if they're going to have... That's a good card. I don't know if they're going to have M19 release quickly with on Arena. I think they did it with Dominaria. This puts them to 8. So this puts them on lethal. And I don't die to an on-crop crasher. So theoretically, like, I do have a blocker for Hazoret with the Wretched Camel. Yeah, so I think that this attack is correct. But I really hope that with M19 comes a wipe. And the reason is the longer they hold off on account wiping, the more frustrating it's going to be. Sure, that is fine. If I top deck a land, I win. I did not top deck a land, that's unfortunate. Alright, cool, I still win. Because, like, that's just more cards that people are going to lose at once. I'm hoping that with... Because, like, obviously they're going to do a wipe at some point. Soon. Hopefully soon. I don't know that they're going to do a wipe soon. But allegedly, they have something... They've been talking about going against Vega TDM. Why do I feel like I know this person? Is this a YouTuber? I don't know. This might just be someone I've played before. We're going second. If I recall correctly, in their last big economy update, they spoke about 2 mana. This is not a great hand. They're going second. We do have a turn 2 play. Our opponent did mulligan, so I'm a little more okay mulliganing. We have 2 draws, because we're going to draw on our first turn, draw on our second. No, we have 3 draws to get a third land. I think that's fine. All right, because we're going second, so we have 1 draw, 2 draw, and then on our second draw we play Khenra, and our third draw. Yeah, okay. So we have 3 draws before we, like, need it. Yeah, in the last economy update, it seemed like they hinted that there was going to be more changes coming in July. So hopefully they give us an account wipe in July. That comes with... Ooh, Naya, interesting. That comes with some sort of good economy update. It obviously doesn't have to be huge, but I think something that's like kind of incremental that helps people out. I should say, we have not drawn a land. So I really hope that we draw one in our last one. This is lame. Which I'm probably going to play on their third turn. Yeah, that's something that I can't really answer unless we get a land. We didn't. Awesome. I should have mulliganed. Hindsight's 20/20, but you know. This is a Savage Stone? Maybe. I mean, it looks like Naya Dinos. I'm not blocking. This is the Raging, the 4 mana 4/4. Elves, sure. Alright, no. I would rather just end this one and play a real game. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me lose to not having a good mulligan. Yeah. as much as it pains me because it's gonna mess up the rotation, and it's potentially gonna make videos be samey. Like, I mean, the first go against Kingmaker, the first few videos were just like nothing but black-white zombies. So the first few videos after the wipe are probably just gonna be mono black zombies because it'll be the easiest deck to make, I think. And you know, then we'll slowly build from there. This hand is fine. It's not great. We do have a 1. We don't have a 2 or a 3. But we do have some high end, and we do have 3 mana. So I think this is relatively fine. I'm not in love with it, but it's alright. But I think it's better to get an account wiped sooner rather than later. Just because, like, the more you wait, the more fuel bads you'll have when the account finally does wipe. Get another 5-drop. So as long as we can make it to turn 5, we're gonna be value in the hell. So it looks like this is vampires, probably. Could be mono white vampires, or it could just be a white heavy version. I think most of them are white heavy versions. I don't think many are black heavy. Yeah, still not having really anything to do here, unfortunately. Don't even have a 3-drop. Can't do anything until Josu Vess, which is unfortunate, but what would I like to top deck here? Plague Belcher is pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. Never is okay. It's not great. That's interesting. Oh yeah, this costs mana, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't need a block just yet. 4 damage take me to 15. What's my opponent going to cast? Not going to be a Maverick. It's probably going to be the Search guy. No, Legion's Landing. Alright. Make a dude. It might be a mono white version. Yeah, it looks like it's probably a mono white version. Gun to the land. So I'll play the 5-drops if I get there. I love the juxtaposition between last game and this game. Like last game, I kept a pretty decent 2-land hand. As long as I drew 1 land in 3 draws. Like I had 3 draws to get it. In this one, I kept a 3-lander, and I've drawn 2 lands in a row. I could block. So luckily, Josu Vess just blocks this all day long. I guess I could buff with that twice. 3, 4, 5. I'd go down to 10. Sure. Let's go ahead and block the 3 now. Yeah. And my opponent can just start making a 1/1 every turn. So I mean, just like the past, this is a bit of a throwback. Vampires, not a great matchup for me. And another land, geez. Purely because they can often just generate more value than I'm able to handle. Hopefully my mastery into my mastery helps me out. So I can stem the tide a little. Obviously, them keeping up Duskborn is going to be a problem, because I'm not going to want to block that, because my Josu Vess could die. But my opponent might decide to just attack for 2 in the air, which would be incorrect. I think the correct decision is to just attack with a Danto Vanguard, and no one the fuck else. Sure, that's fine. And it makes me think that they're going to attack with just a Danto. Really? That's a tap ability. That's a free block. I guess my opponent could have some sort of trick. Sure. I mean, that's fine. I'm going to start just playing Masteries, but I'm going to die to 2 in the air every turn. Excuse me, 4 in the air every turn. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty unfortunate. Essentially, I just lost because I wasn't able to curve out. see what my opponent has here. Just attack. I mean, once I get my second mastery down, my zombies can block this all day. But I'm just gonna die to 4 in the air. I'm on a 3-turn clock. And I mean, it looks like my opponent's just going to attack with 4 in the air. They have like, they should still attack with this, I think, because it kills one of my guys. Yeah. And I have to block this lest I lower the clock. Yep. Sure. I want to play this so I can play double Plague Belcher the following turn. If I get a following turn, I'll have 3 blockers. Block, block, block. Take 4, 5, 6. So theoretically, I'm alive at 1. I mean, no, Plague Belcher doesn't even save me. I don't think I have a single card in my deck that can deal with these flyers here. They just make lifelink guys, yeah. Yep. Just keep me on ice to turn clock. That is the correct play. None of that helps. Nope. Darn. Yeah, I mean that's relatively frustrating, especially since like the number of draws that I had that would have been live. To just pressure my opponent, like my opponent just had free reign to develop their board. I believe in the zombies. I'm hoping that they also modify the turn timer, because as it is right now, it is too lenient for ropers and it is way too harsh on people who are trying to play not only combo decks, but decks with incredible amounts of going against MH sales, incredible amounts of decision making. The problem is, like, you can't easily differentiate between taking a long time to make an important decision for the game and just not taking actions. No. Wow, are you kidding me? I mean, technically, I cycle this on 2, cast this on 3, cast this on 4. It's just not great. But I think I have to keep it. I'll keep that. That's a better turn too. And I'll probably end up playing this on 1. Oh, and of course it's red. Yeah, I'll play this on 1. It is a desert, so I can just play my swamps. Let's see, do they have a spell to play on turn dose? The red-black deck doesn't have anything on turn 1 and 2. That's pretty good. This is probably Heart of Kiran. Yep, so this is the red-black vehicles deck. Very common thing we'll face. We have Wretched Camel into Wretched Camel. That's pretty decent. Unfortunately, Never can't hit this because Never's a freaking sorcery. Good old Sorcerer's Speed removal. To be fair, it has some extra stuff attached to it, so I think I'm more or less fine with it being instant or sorcery. Gosh. Okay, tap land. No other 2-drop. Probably have the Scrap Heap dude, the 3/2. I just love how these decks play themselves. Like, it's the exact same every single time. It's Heart of Kiran into Scrap Heap Scrounger. Attack for 4, right? Every time. I mean, I'm gonna never this. Luckily, on board they can't cast Goblin Chain Whirler. I still think it's correct to never this. Yeah. This deck plays freaking Chandra. Ugh. I mean, the thing is, like, I never this. They play a land, cast Chandra, activate Chandra, like kill this or something, and then attack me. Or wait, no, they can do that at like any time. So yeah, they can just block. Like they can just use Chandra. Oh fuck, this is garbage. Yeah, I'm still gonna try and kill it. I hate this deck. Not zombies. Zombies is awesome. I like this is rare, right? Yeah, like this is a mythic. I like the idea of what they tried to do to help out giving people like the Kaladesh cards to make sure that like we were able to test them. And I see the point of doing that, right? Like we needed to make sure we were able to test the cards. But just giving people like the top deck was just awful. Right? Like this deck has a bunch of rares and mythics in it. And you wouldn't see the amount of these decks at this rank. I don't think. I could be wrong. But the fact that it's available to everyone means that you're just going to see it ubiquitously. Like, you already see aggro disproportionately because of the fact that those typically are the more... Like, they're the cheaper decks, right? But then you throw onto it the fact that you're giving away for free one of the most played decks for the recent Pro Tour. One of the like easiest to pilot, right? Like my opponent, like every single time I play up against Red Black, and I want to specify, I'm not like salty right now for this game. My rebuke is towards this archetype in general. Every time it's Heart of Kiran into Scrappy Challenger, and they just try and take they essentially just win from there, right? I mean, you can say that about other decks, but like even the mono red Hazoret deck is like, it's just you play the exact same things. I don't know. I struggle between like trying to make sure I respect the play styles of other people, but I don't necessarily think that the people who are playing all of this red, all of these red decks. I was gonna say all of this red garbage, but like that's I think too dismissive. The people who are playing all of these red decks are playing them because they work. They were essentially given to us for free, and they're not hard to play, right? I'm sure there are some lines, some scenarios in which you need to be, well versed in Magic or the specific deck in order to execute properly. However, it's not hard to play this deck, like at all. Thanks? What the heck was that? As you can see, my brain is kind of broken. What the what? I don't know. I'm just gonna buy an Aether Volt for no reason. Thanks to my opponent. What is this nonsense? Oh, got another Yahenni's expertise. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a mistake for Wizards to give people like the most popular deck, especially the fact that it was like an aggressive deck. That I guess they made that decision before it like dominated Pro Tour, but I think instead what they should have done was just given like they gave essentially the whole deck, right? Like they gave like all of the important parts. Give like half the important parts. I don't know. I'm probably gonna like intersperse more quick singleton, Especially, hopefully they make Quick Singleton available immediately after the next wipe, because Quick Singleton, I think, ironically, will be easier to play, easier to make a good deck for early on in someone's account, which seems really weird because this is a format modifier. But because of the fact that you only need, it's inherently less consistent, it's inherently more random. There's obviously still skill involved with the cards you're putting in the decks and making the correct use of your single-use cards. But just the fact that you don't need multiples means you're so much more able to, one, build a mana base, because you don't need 4 of each of their rare lands, you just need 1. And you're able to organize a threat and answer suite easier because you only need 1. Means that it's a lot more accessible to people. I do hope that Quick Singleton will be more of a mainstay directly after the next wipe, whenever there's a wipe, and to refresh, because I think it will help new players start accruing gold. Yeah, I'm not sure. I talked about a bunch of random nonsense. Let me know what you think about the usefulness of Quick Singleton, when you want to see the next account wipe, how you feel about Wizards giving what I'm going to call meta packs of them just giving us a bunch of cards that are known to be good, and what you think about Red right now, because gosh darn it, I'm not a fan. And it's probably just the greedy value man in me, but they don't let me do my cool things. Anyway, hope you guys liked the video. If you did, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, and cast a comment to the comment section down below. And until next time, all will be one. More specifically, at 1 life, because we're dying on turn 4 to red.